Hello everyone and welcome to today's reading session. Now the reading lessons this week are a little bit different because we're going to be putting them all together to make a book review. Now a book review is something that tells a reader, somebody who hasn't read the thing that you've read, it tells them whether it's a good book, whether it's a bad book, whether they should read it and what it's all about. So today I'm going to read you a book, and each video I will read the book again so that we know it very well. I'm going to read you a book and then we're going to start building a book review for it. The first paragraph is going to tell the reader what the book is all about, and we're going to use that skill that we used in the video on Friday. Now, if you remember, on Friday I set you a challenge. It was a summarizing challenge. You had to tell me the key information from a book that I read to you in just 50 words. Now today, we're not going to keep the summary to just 50 words. It doesn't have to be exactly 50 words, it doesn't necessarily have to be below 50 words, but it shouldn't be long, okay? 3 ideas, 3 sentences is fine, that's plenty, maximum. What you're trying to do is you're trying to tell somebody what it's all about. And you might do this every day. You might do it with a friend, with family, about a TV show that you've watched. You might do it about a movie that you've seen. And you don't go and you don't tell them the whole story. If you told them the whole movie, it'd take as long as the film. You just tell them a few sentences about why you liked it, what it was about, and then they can make up their minds as to whether they read it, whether they watch it, etc. So, after I've read the book today, we're going to try and summarize. Now, you can practice with your family, you can practice with your friends, you can go up to them, maybe tell them what it was all about in just a few sentences. Then, I want you to try writing out your summary. But we'll talk about that right at the very end. The first time you watch this video, just like all the other videos, I just want you to listen and I want you to enjoy the story. Afterwards, watch the video again. On the second viewing, listen carefully and try and think, what are the main ideas in this story? If I was going to tell somebody about this story in just 3 sentences, what is the most important thing to say? Alright, now this story is actually one of my favourite stories from when I was a little kid. In fact, I've had this book since I was a little child. It's part of a series called Funny Bones, and they made books and they made a TV show. And they made lots of different stories, but this one is called Bumps in the Night. Okay, let's read. In a dark, dark cellar of a dark, dark house, a little skeleton is reading a comic. In the dark, dark street of a dark, dark town, a big skeleton is walking the dog. Then the big one hurries home, and the little one hurries out, and help! They go bump in the night. Send for Dr. Bones! In the dark, dark classroom of a dark, dark night school, a little skeleton is painting a picture. In the dark, dark workshop of the same night school, a big skeleton is making a chair. Then the little one takes his picture to show the big one, and the big one takes his chair to show the little one, and wow! Can we guess? They go bump in the night again. Send for Dr. Bones! The little skeleton and the big skeleton walk carefully. And the word carefully here is underlined. Why do you think the writer underlined the word carefully? They walk carefully to the park. They swing on the swings. They throw a stick for the dog and play football. The leg bone's connected to the foot bone, the little one sings. The foot bone's connected to the ball. We can see them playing football there and singing and walking through the park with the little doggy just down here. The head bone's connected to the clunk head bone, cries the big one. Send for Dr. Bones! The little skeleton and the big skeleton sit, but not too close together, in the dark, dark cellar. This is a dark, dark cellar, says the little one. Let's paint it. Good idea, the big one says. So there we can see them bumping their heads whilst playing football and then sitting in the dark, dark cellar. The big skeleton and the little skeleton paint the cellar. And now and then, the dog. Oops. They paint the cellar red and green and blue and lots more colours. But it's still dark, the little skeleton says. Let's paint it white. So they paint it white. There's all the different colours they've painted it. Where are we? And disappear. And you guessed it. What did they do? Go bump in the night. Send for Dr. Bones. Oh no, look. They couldn't see each other and they bumped into one another again. After that, they go bump in the night playing tennis and bump in the night playing golf. They go bump, bump, bump in the night at the midnight fair. And Dr. Bones sends for them. The skeletons go to the hospital. Now, now, says Dr. Bones. This bumping has to stop. He taps them with his little doctor's hammer. And when you tap the knee with the doctor's hammer, they're looking for a reflex so that your leg will move. What do we think's going to happen when he taps the skeleton's leg with the little hammer? And then, oh no! He goes bump in the night. We can see, look, he tapped his knee and then accidentally the skeleton kicked Dr. Bones. Oh no! In the dark, dark cellar, they painted it black again. Of a dark, dark house, a little skeleton is fast asleep. In the same cellar of the same house, a big skeleton is fast asleep too. There they are, tucked up, snug and safe at last, from bumps in the night. Well, nearly. They're bumping in their dreams. The end. Okay, so there's the story. If this is your first viewing, go back to the beginning and watch it again. Listening out and trying to think of what is the main idea or main ideas, what are the main ideas for this story? How am I going to tell somebody in just 3 sentences what this story is all about? If it's your second viewing, If this is your second time of watching, it's time to have a go at the summary. So first, like I said at the start, go and tell your family about the book. What's it all about? And try and get it just to 3 ideas. Then you can use a Word document, a pen and paper. It doesn't really matter what you write it on. Write down 3 sentences that tell me, that summarize what's this book all about. Give it a go. And don't forget to send it to the usual place, the email address, which I'll put on the page below. Have fun creating your summary. I hope you enjoyed the story, and happy learning.